I just want to tell everybody I'm here to impact people, inspire people, motivate people.
Bobby King Ray! Misha Cirkunov!
Wow! I can take a punch, I can take a kick, I can take all that.
Misha Cirkunov!
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered. Please tell me that's on video. I've never been happier. I'm made for a fucking podcast. We're dangerous. Listen to me, we're at it. Welcome to UFC Unfiltered. Today, I don't know, there's been reports that a little bird fell out of a nest and broke his beak. So Jimmy's not here today. No, nothing happened to Jimmy. That's let me start this off right. Listen, Jimmy's fine. He has some construction at the house. But listen, my co-host today, I couldn't be happier. I mean, you know, I like Phoenix also. But listen, Dean Thomas, the great Dean Thomas.
What up? What up? What up?
Man, I wish I had an applause button.
Yeah, clap, 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 clap. That's the applause.
Listen, first of all, we have Misha, excuse me. We have Misha Cirkunov on. Did I say that right? Cirkunov. I can't, Jimmy. I mean, Dean, the way I pronounce shit, I would finally learn how to pronounce it. Then I'd be like, all right, back to you, DC. I cannot do that coach's corner. I'll tell you, you're really good at that.
I've been working on it. You know what I'm saying?
Cirkunov, no?
Cirkunov.
That's what I said. That Misha Cirkunov.
No, you said Kirkinoff, and then before you said something else.
I said Jerkinoff. Listen, Misha Cirkunov. That's it.
Yeah, Misha Cirkunov.
And a name I could pronounce is Bobby Green. And Bobby Green, I'll tell you, he's looking to seize an opportunity because not a lot of people are trying to fight Islam Makhachev. You know what I mean? They're not jumping in there to fight him. And I really found it interesting, Dean Thomas. I can't just say Dean. I watched Islam on DC's talk show, and or his podcast, and I watched a clip of it, and he was literally just out loud, just laughing at Bobby Green's wrestling. He goes, "No, come on." He might have watched some wrestling on TV, but you know, he's a boxer. He's basically a boxer. No, he's shitting on his wrestling.
Yeah, he shit on his wrestling? He better be careful, man. Listen. And I'll ask Bobby Green about this too. Bobby Green beat Jacob Volkman, who was I don't know if he was a national champ, but he was a really strong wrestler from Minnesota. He couldn't hold Bobby Green down.
That's interesting.
Yeah. People shit on it. You might shit on his wrestling, but you go back and ask Bobby Green about his wrestling. He's wrestled extensively through California.
Now, is it because he's got such good head movement and such good hands? He rolls with the punches probably better than anybody I've seen in the UFC. He's up there with the best of them. Is that why he doesn't utilize his wrestling? I mean, what's going on there? I mean, I guess it's a question to him.
You never really see him use it offensively. Like, he only uses it sometimes offensively, but defensively, like, man, he creates these scrambles, man, that you can't hold him down. Like, he's like a cat.
It's very interesting. I'm happy he stepped up. I was upset about Beneil Dariush getting injured.
Say his name again.
Beneil Dariush.
Dariush? Yeah, it's Dariush.
Dariush, what'd I say?
Dariush.
Are you here just to break my balls? Dean Thomas, well, listen, it starts off with a few A's. Ready? A. Ready? Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know it.
Dean, are you working this weekend on these?
No, I'm not. I'm not working this weekend. No.
All right. You've been busy, man. You've been traveling.
I know, man. I am working the Masvidal Covington fight though.
Hey, man, you took your last shit from that fucking Covington.
Okay.
I think us and all the audience, they seen that guy. He has, what happens is whenever that guy does an interview, he's got his shit loaded. He has locked and ready. So when he's on there, he's calling you, what does he call you? Woodley's water boy. And I don't think, this is what I think. I think he got you, with your pants down. I think he got you.
He caught me off guard. You know what I'm saying? He got me. He caught me off guard.
You're in your friendly interview mode. I don't know. You might have been wearing an ascot. I don't know. An ascot. But I don't know. I'll tell you, I like your style. But he got you a little unprepared.
He did, man. Totally.
He kind of got you just, smiling. But he doesn't realize that you're a civilized warrior. He doesn't know. That kid was in diapers when you were fucking heel hooking Jens Pulver in Japan. Do you understand? Does he know who you fought? Does he know you survived? You fucking survived in the cage with me? Does he know that I'm sorry. I should. You got to win. Let's just say you got to win over me. What is on your neck? A mask?
Yeah, man. I got a mask.
What's going on with you?
Well, I'm in the office.
You're in the office?
Yeah, office policy, man. Yeah.
You're by yourself, though.
I know, but that's why it's not up. I just keep it here just because, like, you know how to listen. It's just easier. You know what I'm saying? It's just easier.
Well, listen. You know what's good? No, what's really exciting? I believe we got Misha Cirkunov in the waiting room. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. I believe this is the first time you're on here. Is that correct?
Hey, Misha, can you flip your phone to be that way? There we go.
I like the way Dean Thomas acts like he knows how to work all the tech. We just told him to do the same thing.
That was why I did it, because they just told me. I was like, if I got to do it, Misha got to do it.
Everybody's got to do it. Better angle. It's all about angle and lighting.
It is.
So, Misha, how we feeling, buddy? I mean, how we feeling for this fight?
For this one, I feel really good. Actually, better than ever. The weight cut is going good. I still feel strong. I still have energy, which is good. And I'm excited for this one. Second time cutting, like serious weight. But I think that second time doing it, I'm already more experienced, and I know what to look for, and how to recover better, and how to regain the power back. So that's the main thing for me.
Now, Misha, I know what it's like to be coming off a couple of losses, because I had a couple back-to-back, including this fucking guy right here. He beat me one time. So I had 2 losses. They cut me. I had to work my way back in. You coming off 2 losses. Is it stressful, or are you just keeping in mind why you enjoy being in there? Where's the head at? Where's our head at?
It's interesting how you put it in, and it's exactly the same way. Like, there's a lot, like MMA is such a crazy sport. It's like a roller coaster, you win, everyone talks about you, you're on top of the world, you can be the best, you can beat this guy. You have a couple losses, like split decision or whatever, and all of a sudden, but I don't care. I've been just training a lot, and I've been enjoying MMA again. I've been enjoying the sport again, and I'm just excited. I'm excited to put my skill against his skills, and I've been working really hard, and I'm just excited to have a great performance. Like, I don't care what happened before, what's going to be in the future. I know that this Saturday, I'm gonna look to like hurt the guy. I'm ready for this one.
Yeah, I mean, I know what it's. I mean, it could take the fun out of it. It's like, listen. I remember personally, I had to remember, like, all right, why'd I get in this? I like to fight. I enjoy fighting. That's what I like to do. That's what I'm made for. So why am I overthinking this? What if happens?
Yeah.
What if this happens? What if that happens? What if my aunt had balls? She'd be my uncle. I mean, listen, we can't get crazy about these things. Misha.
100%. You can overthink things. You can do this, but at the end of the day, you just gotta do you. You just gotta enjoy. You just gotta remember why you do it, and just have fun at the end of the day too.
So yeah, it's easy to not like the sport, but what's the most thing you don't like about like fight week or going or getting ready for the fight?
I mean, now the only thing I don't like is just the kind of the process of cutting weight. You know, that last week is kind of like, it's like a real week. You know, all your senses, you're getting more agitated and all that. So just making the weight now. Outside of that, like everything is fine. Training is good. Like I don't have a single injury, which is very kind of unique, because usually, you know, you train, you always have like little kind of tears or whatever. And yeah, no, I feel really good physically and mentally, which is, I'm very, very happy. And I'm just excited to go in and put a great show. Yeah, ideally I would like to get a stoppage.
Shit, yeah. It's so funny when Dean's asking you, what do you hate about, what do you don't like about fight week? Would have been best. It would have been great if you said, the fucking interviews. I'm only
Media.
Hey, Misha, for the people that don't know you, where did you grow up and what discipline did you start with in the arts?
I was born in Latvia, in Riga City, but I lived most of my life in Canada, in Toronto. And my discipline, like my first sport that I fell in love with was judo. It was something that I actually competed international level as a junior, and even I was a junior, but I competed as a senior. So I competed at high level judo, and then I started wrestling, jiu-jitsu. Once I discovered no gi, I was just like hooked, you know, and yeah, and everything kind of like went from there. And then when I was in high school, I got a chance to train in Vegas at the Cobra Kai with Mark Lehman back in the day. And
your best friend, Mark, Matt.
Oh, we know Mark.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, he's talented. No, he's very good in jiu-jitsu. He is.
You know, the beautiful thing was around that time, YouTube and all the online, nothing was kind of really available. It was still kind of days of kind of CDs and VCRs kind of thing. And it was cool to run into somebody who knows so much knowledge, how to, you know, how like you run into someone who knows jiu-jitsu and you're like, oh shit, like it's such a cool information that I definitely need to absorb it, you know?
You know, and it's amazing. Speaking of judo, you started with judo. Judo is so effective. And yet, you're not going to see around the States, at least. You're not seeing any, you'll see jiu-jitsu schools popping up left and right now. Ton of karate schools, taekwondo, all the arts. You're not seeing judo schools on every block.
Yeah.
I think I know why, man. I think I know why.
I think I know why too. Your fucking knees and your back. I'm only kidding.
I'm saying, like, no, man, judo is hard, man. Like traditionally it's hard. Like jiu-jitsu, man, got, you know, these guys sit around smoking weed all day. Judo, man, they be busting ass.
Yeah, doing all the repetitions and all the entries and broken fingers and elbows and shoulders. But judo, you know, judo is it's a great sport. It's like you don't use too much energy to take somebody down, you know. And in MMA, a lot of times, if you don't try to take someone down, you use so much energy. And with judo, you know, from the clinch, you can do some trips inside, outside, and you can kind of use it in your favor when you both are tired and you have a little advantage from the clinch there. I think that is gonna give you a huge advantage if you have a little bit of balance and knowing what to do in terms of like judo clinch and balance, you know?
No, it's different. It's a different sensitivity than the wrestling. It's a beautiful thing when you see an old, like I see old tapes of like an old judo master, a little guy just flipping guys. It looks like legit Steven Seagal stuff, but not the bullshit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stuff that works. So
Yeah.
It is a beautiful art, but because of people blowing their knees out and everything else, I don't think there's gonna be any explosion of judo schools.
And I also think what hurt judo a lot. Is that constant change of the rules, constant change of, you know, back in the day, you're doing a throw, you can grab the opponent's pants and you kind of drive him in and kind of like do a takedown like that, kind of like a single pickup using the pants. Where then they implemented, you're not allowed to grab the pants, you're not allowed to grab like the belt for more than 3 seconds. So all these rules, the more you start adding rules and rules and rules, all those old school guys that have their own moves and been competing worldwide, and all of a sudden they're like started getting more limited, and
Yeah.
it's just, you know, it's the same thing as, you know, in jiu-jitsu, you start saying, oh no, you're not allowed to do arm bars all of a sudden, or you're not allowed to do half guard, or you know, certain positions, and you're like, hold on, it's not a full package anymore, you know.
It's funny you say that about the rule system. I seen an old tape. It might have been when I was living with Rodrigo Gracie. He might have showed me. It's around somewhere. It was the Gracie brothers. It was I believe Horion, Hoyler, and some of the brothers. They went to a judo club in the, I mean, it must be late 80s or something. And so they're tapping these judo guys out. So there's a couple of times the judo players would get to their feet and they'd be like, "That's mate." And one of them goes, "That's my mate, you dumb son of a bitch," or something like that. Like in other words, you're supposed to let go when they get to the feet. But meanwhile, Hoyler's sitting there, the guy's not tapping. He's fucking going mate or whatever. So in judo, I believe when you get to your feet, you have to let go of the arm bar. Is that how that works?
Yeah, there's a lot of like rules where if you're applying, for example, you're applying the arm bar or whatever, right? And the opponent lifts you up and it's fully in the air, then you're supposed to stop, because he lifted you fully in the air and he can kind of like slam you in the head, but he's not doing that. Therefore, usually they call a stop. Or if your gi is if your gi is over your chin and your chin is under it and you don't have a full-on neck, then they call mate as well, because it's not a full-on choke on the neck. It's kind of more like a jaw crusher. So then that's when I remember, I'll never forget the first time going into like a real jiu-jitsu school. And I remember Mark, I think Mark, I was trying to roll a lot with him, with Mark Lehman. And I remember he like caught me, my mouth was open and he caught the rear naked choke and my mouth was open. I'm like, oh, if I don't tap, I'm going to lose my jaw, you know? So, and that's the first time where I remember in judo, they would call it mate, and here I better like tap in time or I lose my jaw. And that's where I felt like, okay, one is a sport and one is more of like a real combat art, you know, and where you don't have like, oh, if it's under your nose, you can use the nose to dig under the neck, you know, where in those other sports, like Olympic sports, like judo, you're not allowed. They want to have it more kind of like for the TV, for the general public, right?
Renato Moicano just finished Alexander the Great with that. He got away on his mouth. It was like, yo, you might be tough, but you're gonna be fucking Trapjaw from He-Man.
Yeah, and you know, some people
coming off.
Yeah, and some people, you know, everyone has different opinions and different. Me, I always look. I'm like, listen, you cut the joint. It's the same thing, you know. You cut somebody in an arm bar. So what do? You're trying to bend his arm the opposite way where it doesn't bend. You know, it bends this way, but it doesn't bend the opposite. So you're bending it the wrong way in a perfect form. So you're creating a good leverage, right? So it's called armbar. So it's the same thing as, you know, you attack someone's chin or jaw, you know, it's the same thing. It doesn't move, it doesn't go beyond there. So you attack. So to me, it's not a crank. It's a beautiful submission. Same as, you know, when you attack someone's neck and you twisting it to the side, some people call it a neck crank, you know, but if you break it down, you actually can see that, no, it's a neck bar, you know, it's a neck bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's kind of like
you'll break their neck.
Yeah, it's a neck bar, and if you don't tap, it's gonna be a neck bar. You know, your neck is gonna. So same's kind of like arm bar. So why it's not an arm crank? You know, why it's always only the neck crank? So you can find any basically joint and then bend it the wrong way, and there's a submission, right?
I think we're starting to talk about catch wrestling. No, wait, and those guys are just like, I got you in the nose, fucking bar. They're fucking sticking their fingers.
But hey, and then they crank your nose, they get your neck, and you know.
Yeah, it's not exactly the gentle art, but I got you. Hey, any way to make them say uncle.
Yes, yes.
So Misha, away from all the MMA stuff, what do you like to do? Are you a family man? You have a family, or are you single?
I'm married, and we're working on. We want to have kids now. Yeah,
that's a beautiful thing. So, what do you like to do, unrelated to MMA? You have any hobbies that we should know about?
I like. I live in Vegas now, and the Vegas we have like a lot of like mountains here. So I've been doing a lot of mountain biking, like riding a bicycle through the mountains, and it's great workout, but also it's super fun. You know, it's kind of like a roller coaster for adults. You know, it's you go down the hill, you just a little kind of like a jump, and you feel, even if it's like a 1 inch off the ground, but you feel those G forces.
Yeah.
You know, and you feel like alive. And so yeah, I've been doing that. And
Do you do that by yourself? It's kind of dangerous to go by yourself, right?
it's dangerous. Sometimes I go with people, but I've been riding already for quite some time, and it's like I don't do crazy stuff. I don't try to make a highlight reel for Instagram or anything. You know, I do have good times, you know, and sometimes push it, get some jumps, but nothing crazy, because I do see helicopters carry people out from those areas a lot in Vegas.
And that's like, you know what's nice about that? It's like an active rest. Like it's a day on
Yeah.
Sunday where you're just chilling out. Like, you know,
Yeah,
you do that as for some downtime, but you're still getting something in.
for sure. And there's a huge biking community too, mountain biking community in Vegas too. So there's like a lot of really nice people that ride bikes, and you know, you meet a lot of good people, make good connections, and it's good times.
I can picture Dean Thomas like baby boy with that laid back thing with a bunch of kids behind him. Dean Thomas, you know what I'm talking about?
I'll be like Debo. I'll be like Debo on his bike. The slow music playing in the background. Doo 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 doo.
Where's my 40, homie? That's what you're gonna say.
What you got on my 40, homie?
But yeah, no, it's a different experience. Like just riding a bike and mountain biking in Vegas in particular. Like I highly recommend for anyone who comes to Vegas, before going and drinking and partying and all that, you know, maybe spending going into the mountains, checking out some cool scenery, getting a great fun workout, trying something new, and it's a fun thing to do for sure.
So, but Misha, who are you training with now? Because I remember when you first hit the scene, it was said that you were kind of rogue and you were just like kind of travel around and train with a lot of different people, and you still had a lot of success doing that, but now you seem to have settled down in your camp. So who are you with now, and what made you decide to settle down?
I mean, like, it's not like I settled down. I train with whoever. Like the other, like, couple of weeks ago, I kind of started training with a new training partner, Shlemenko Rama. He used to fight at 205. Now I believe he's a heavyweight. Tim Johnson, Ronnie Marks, Marcelo Nunes, Denise Tulin, who's been helping with Sean Strickland, some guys from Extreme. I just try to train with whoever wants to train, whoever has good energy, who wants to do good rounds, and just work. And yeah, I don't say, oh, he trains for this gym, I don't train. I just try to train with whoever wants to get better, and kind of share similar, you know, if you want to roll or wrestle or grapple, you know, not looking to, you know, break anything or knock someone out or hurt somebody, you know, just train and get better. It's all about, you know,
You're like a Ronin. You're like a masterless samurai.
Yeah, just, you know, that's the thing. Like, you know, when I was just didn't have any friends when I came to Canada and I couldn't speak the English, all I was doing judo. I was going to local YMCA, lifting weights, doing judo, and you know, that's where I find my peace and my happiness. You know, like after a good workout, you feel amazing, release all the endorphins, you know, you feel great, and it's all about that. I just continue doing so, and whoever shares the same kind of like qualities and wants to get better and on the same page, we just train. And you know, any gym, any place, we can train outside too, parks.
I love that. I love that. I love that attitude.
That's a great attitude. That's a fantastic attitude. Well, listen, I'm looking forward to this weekend. You're fighting Wellington Turman. All right. And hey, all our best, Misha. We want you coming back on.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, I'd love to be on too. I would love to be on and
Definitely.
pick your brain too. Yeah, you know.
Hey man, that'll take like 2 seconds, and then we'll go on to something else. You'll be like, all right, what, comic books, VR? Aren't you 50? I'm out of here. No, I'm always kidding.
Yeah.
Listen, Misha, man, thanks for coming on, brother. All our best.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
All right, my man.
That's great, man. Listen, I like him.
Yeah, me too.
I like him a lot. And I think, listen, his last fight, split decision of Jocko, Christoph Jocko. It ain't that, that's one of those things. It is a split decision.
Yeah, I mean,
what?
And that was a new weight class for him. So I mean, he was, like he said, he was trying to get used to it. But now he's got a little bit more experience with the, making that cut and feeling what he can feel like, feeling what his body's gonna feel like during the fight. So he should probably be a little bit better off.
He's a judo player, and like what you say, hey, you don't know what he's gonna do. Anyway, you're gonna use that one, you motherfucker. Hey, Shorty Torres. Hey, judo players. What a
Hey, no, man. Shorty moved out.
Oh fuck! What happened? He's behind on rent.
Yeah, basically.
What happened to Shorty?
Nah, he moved out, man. He got surgery, so he's gonna live closer to where he's doing his rehab.
Ah, boy, man. Give him my best. I like guys my height. You know that.
Yeah.
Oh, Dean Thomas. What the hell was I going to bring up to you now? You know what I want to thank? Who I want to thank? I want to thank Starbucks.
Starbucks, for sure.
You know why?
Why?
Well, they kept me on my diet the other day. I was in the airport, Dean Thomas, and now listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I like the Starbucks espresso. I usually get a Doppio. Maybe a little sugar-free vanilla, throw a stevia in there. It's delicious. But I saw a chocolate chunk cookie. So, listen, this was after I seen you. This is after our last looking for a fight. I'm in JFK, and I'm like, you know what? Let me get this cookie. So, listen, that thing's been there who knows how long. I go, hey, and they normally do this. Could you heat that up for me? They usually throw that in the oven.
Yeah.
It's not unheard of.
No.
You know what he told me?
What?
All right, that's going to be a 60 cents to heat it up, though.
What?
I go, wait a minute. I go, wait 1 minute. It's already almost a $5 cookie. Okay, what are you, 60 cents? And I'm not, dude, I'll throw this thing. I don't care about 60 cents. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, no, but it's the principle of it.
It's more the fucking principle of it. So I want to thank them for being so fucking stingy and kept me on my diet. I go, you know what? Fuck the cookie.
Really?
Oh, I didn't take the, it's not the point of the 60 cents. It's the point. It's like when I go into a store, like a 7-Eleven, they're like, all right, it's going to be $1 for a bag. Really? A fucking $1 for a bag? Wait, is this a magic bag? Is there a rabbit? If I put my hand in this bag, am I pulling out a fucking rabbit? What's in that bag? Is there some fucking beans that grow a beanstalk in that fucking bag? I'm sorry, D. But listen,
no, you're right, man. Listen, and that's why I like you, man, because you are a man of principle.
Damn.
A man of principle. More than anybody I know. More than anybody I know. And I like that.
Oh, Dean Thomas. You know what I like? I like when you do posts about me. Thank you the other day. You gave me a shout out on your Instagram just for the heck of it. Just to say, here's a shout out to my dog that would take a, I don't know if you call me a dog, but you said to my buddy, see, sometimes I try to act a little too hip.
Yeah.
I was just, go ahead, what'd you say?
I said, here's a shout out to my dog. And I said, they would take a bullet for me. And I was hoping that you was going to say, man, I ain't taking no damn bullet for you.
Dude, I was so going to say that, but I was in dude, I don't know. I might have just smoked. I was in a happy mood. I'm like, oh, he likes my friend. So I was like, oh, I appreciate you. I said,
I was waiting for it. I was
going to say, maybe like a BB. Maybe like a BB gun. Shit, I don't know. Maybe from
a Nerf gun.
Yeah, a bullet from a Nerf gun. I should have said that. Talk about a missed opportunity. And if I know you, that's the only reason you put it up there. It had nothing to do with you were just going, you weren't shouting out Tyron lately or anybody. You're doing it just to fucking set up a good, you're giving me a nice fucking layup? No.
Alley-oop?
No. You're giving me the old, where I get to hit it out of the park. What are you giving me? The old,
lobbing up a softball.
Yeah, it's too long to say.
Well, it will be an alley-oop. I gave you an alley-oop so you can slam dunk it.
Hey, let's talk about the fights this weekend. Oh, wait. Bobby Green is ready to go. Let's get Bobby Green in here. There it is.
He like a member of the Dipset.
What is up, guys? What's up? What's up?
Bobby, listen, man, you're coming off of, first of all, congratulations on your last fight.
Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you.
I mean, dude, you made I'm not saying you made it look easy, but you didn't. You looked masterful in there. He had his guard up, and the way you were splitting it down the middle, your head movement, it was uncanny because Nazarat's no fucking punk. You know what I mean?
Before I say anything, I just want to give honor to you guys, Matt, Sarah, all the work you put into this fucking thing. Dean Thomas, you know I fucking love you too. So shout out to you guys before I say anything. You guys are fucking legends of the sport. And I'm so glad that you guys are continuing on and staying with it. You know, Dean always got some funny shit going on. He keeps adding the spice to MMA, you know? So I think it's dope.
Dean's
now you're thinking about the fight.
Dean is taking over, though. Dean's all over the place. Ain't he, Bobby Green?
All over the place.
I gotta be, man.
Dean broke me down so cold. Like, I'm like, he really knows what I'm doing. Like, so Bobby Green does this. I'm like, God damn, he's stealing all the secrets.
Hey, man, if I had to have any of one of my soldiers fall raging out, at least it's to a gentleman like you.
Thanks, sir. That's what I was a little worried. I was like, man, this he may come at me a little crazy, you know?
No, Bobby Green, don't get me wrong. See that gentleman up to our left, he gave me some stitches also. Now he's like my BFFFF. So
yeah,
we spent some time in the cage together, me and this guy, at a house together. We actually spent too much time together.
And I love Al. By the way. Al's done some great things in the sport too, you know?
Yeah, you guys are cut from that cloth, man. So let me ask you, man. I saw Islam, and I saw him on DC's podcast. And when DC brings up your wrestling degree, and listen, I'm no shit stirrer. I'm like you guys. I'm in the fight game. I'm not like some journalist like, hey, he said this. Let me hold your coat. You guys are going to fight anyway. I'm just saying. This guy's almost laughing at your wrestling. No, literally, he was laughing. So, like, I might watch it on TV. Because these Dagestani guys, they hold their wrestling to a higher degree than they do. Really and, one thing is, why I want to know, is it because you're so great with your hands that you don't choose to do your wrestling? Was there a time in your career that you were slamming guys, or did I miss that?
Yeah. When I first came in, I was doing a lot more wrestling. You know, I love to put a guy on his head, double him and slam him down, you know? And then I realized, like, I think Gaethje said it was realizing the energy it takes to do some of these things, you know, especially if you're fighting 5-round fights, you can make a mistake and get a little dry towards the end. Like you exhausted your energy, you know, and hopefully he doesn't make that mistake.
Dean Thomas, you were bringing up a certain stud wrestler that could not keep Bobby Green down. Could you bring that up again to me?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, people say what they want about your wrestling, but first off, RJ Clifford, my buddy who I do a show with, was talking about, like, he knew you from high school, how much of a badass you were in high school. He remembered you from high school. But the fight that stands out to me is Jacob Volkman. I mean, that seems like a fight that it should be like on paper. Like Jacob Volkman had all the credentials of, you know, one of the top wrestlers in the country, and he couldn't do shit to you.
Yeah. Volkman made I feel like this is a similar situation where Volkman said the same things about me. He was kind of laughing. He called me a street thug, you know? And I took that real personal. I'm like, oh, he don't think I know anything. He thinks I just got here by some punches and some kicks. He's like, he's going to come out and he's going to punch and kick. Like, no, he don't know that. My wrestling pedigree, he doesn't know that I got jiu-jitsu. You know, I'm a purple belt. I put the work in, you know, to get here. And so I feel like Islam's making the same mistakes. You know, he's just like, oh, well, I'm going to go tool him and take him down. And they have real pride in their wrestling. But I just feel like another thing too is that I chose not to wrestle because it's not entertaining, you know? A lot of these fans don't want to see those things, you know? They want to see action. They want to see guys getting smashed. They want to see guys get hit in the face, you know? So it's not so interesting. So I've always kind of shied away from it more because the fans will start, boo, get up, stand them up, you know? And you got to be selling, like, you got to be a little bit more of the product you're selling. And what is it that your fans want to see, you know? What is it that we're selling? I'm selling entertainment. I'm selling excitement. And be honest, his fights are cool. Like, but I was bored most of his fights. Even when he finishes guys, it was still a boring fight up until the finish. It's fucking boring, you know. It's not appeasing to the eye.
Well,
Same
where do
thing
you,
with the
well,
beat.
Bobby, where do you draw that line? Because like at some point, like doing it for the fans, you can sacrifice your, winning. You can sacrifice winning trying to do it for the fans. So at what point do you draw the line and go, all right, now I need to just get serious and focus on winning as opposed to entertainment?
Okay, let me try this out for you real quick. No, there is no line. There is no line because I've been true to myself. Then when I could have wrestled guys, it's the same way now. Is entertainment's first. You know what I mean? Like that's what got me here now. That's why people are starting to kind of catch on now and see who I am. But I've been doing the same thing since the beginning. And so entertainment comes before all that. Like you guys are, I say you, but they're all worried about winning. They don't care if it's boring. They don't care if they only threw 4 punches in the fight. They don't care. As long as they win, they're good. That's fine. That's for those guys. But for me, it's a different animal. I'm in here to impress. I'm in here to motivate somebody. I'm in here to get somebody up out of their feet and go, oh God, they're just into it more. This stuff, what they're doing is just boring.
Now, no, listen, I like your mindset. I really do. And that's why you're in the position you're in. And I'll tell you, you have been winning. And then even that you had the loss to the Rafael, but still, it's not like you're in there getting beat up. I mean, that was a fucking close fight, competitive.
If you look at the numbers, they had double the numbers.
Right? What's that?
I had double the numbers. Yes, and that's so like baffling to me because like if you go back and just check all the scorecards and all the fights, I've mostly got double the numbers of all these guys. Okay, of all my opponents, I got double the numbers and I've been robbed, and it's okay. I had to get broken down, and I'll come back and I'll rebuild, and it's okay. If the judges don't get it, it's okay. But as long as the fight was good and people thought it was entertaining, I'm okay with that at the end of the day.
If you got that decision, which a lot of people think you should have got. I mean, things are just, it seems like they're clicking now at 35. Not to throw the number at you. I don't know, what has changed? I see you fighting similar, but are you just more on point? Is it more confident? What has changed in these last how many fights, few fights? Because you're looking just on point mentally and physically.
Sir, nothing has changed but the day, okay? I've been doing this since the beginning, and it ain't gonna stop. I've been doing the same things. As you watch all the fights. Yeah. It's been the same guy. I still go, what's up? I still be, and nothing's changed, It hasn't changed at all. It's been the same stuff. Like, the only person I felt like that actually did work on me was Dustin. Dustin finished me. And it was because I went, what's up? And he just threw a combination right in between it. Bop, bop, caught me. And I was rocked ever since. I couldn't get my feet back together. And I tried to, even then I could have wrestled, but I was like, man, I'm not no bitch. I'm not going to go and just be like, hugging on a leg and trying to survive. No, I'm still fighting like I'm a warrior to the end. And then he caught me behind the head again and I went down.
It's funny that you talk about that fight. Dustin told me that in that fight, while he was hitting you, you were still saying, you hit like a bitch. You hit like a bitch.
Still talking to him. Still like,
you was talking shit the whole time.
You've been doing that your whole career, no? Your whole career.
The whole career. I've been doing this. And then so I started listening to my critics a bit, and I started saying, oh, he talks too much. And so I kind of shut up a little bit more and let my actions do the talking more. But at the same time, I believe it's mental warfare too, It's because I'll be telling guys certain things and it's really true. I don't say anything that's a lie, like I never lied to anybody. If you hit me a good shot, I'll go, good shit, that was good. I don't go, like, oh, that wasn't it. Or also go, you missed. Or I'll go, and I even see them guys like, I studied them so well that I'm like, you're going to throw that kick. Don't throw that kick. I'm like, oh, he knew. So that's what it is. Really, it's just mental warfare. I'm really into this game. I'm really watching you. I'm really paying attention. I really pick up your what is it?
Tendencies.
There we go.
Yeah. Man, I tell you what, Houston really gave you an applause, man. Like everybody stood up for you, and it was good to see because right now what's happening to your career is it kind of reminds me, and I've said this before, it reminds me of what happened to George Masvidal. Like, he's been around for a long time. Then after one fight, you know, he just kind of exploded. That was the Ben Askren fight. But to me, it seems like it's very similar to what's going on in your career. You've been around for a long time, a really long time. But now it finally seems like the fans are catching up and learning who Bobby Green is. And I'm like, I love that, man. I love that now you're getting the recognition and you're handling it well. Like, it seems like, you know, you're like, man, 35, I've been doing the same shit. Let's keep going.
Yeah, everybody keeps telling me I get in the whole Jorge Masvidal rise, you know. I just try to stay humble, stay grounded, you know, being true to myself and what it is that I do, what my goal is and what my intentions are, to inspire, to motivate people, you know. It's a little strange, you know. I was telling Dana, I'm like, Dana, before the fight, I was like, every interview we did, I looked at all the interviews. I looked at all the stuff and I said, listen, I got more numbers than Izzy. I was on the same card as Izzy. I'm like, I'm beating him on the numbers. Then they did the face-off. I'm beating him on the numbers. I'm like, I'm bigger than the main event. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Dana, check this out, you know? Look at the numbers.
They pay attention to that.
Yeah. It's the numbers. And so the numbers is what make all these things move. You got to show them that which is you're valuable.
This is every fight's a huge fight. We know this. But again, with the hype behind Islam, this is just, I mean, I look at it as like a fucking hell of an opportunity. I mean, did you just jump at this when this was brought up to you? How'd you get approached with this fight?
My manager called me and was just like, hey, will you do it? You know, and I'm like, Jason, I'm 195 pounds. You know, like, I love all you can eat sushi. Sushi is my favorite shit. And so I'm fat as shit. My girl's supposed to have surgery the next day. I find out 10 days before the fight. And so I'm like, I'm supposed to be taking my girl to surgery tomorrow. She's having knee surgery. And she was there for my surgery. So I wanted to be there for her surgery. And I'm like playing with it all in my head for like a minute or two. I'm just like, nobody else wanted to step up? Like, oh, everybody else is being little bitches, you know? So let me move out the way. I'm gonna show you how I do this shit. If y'all wanna be little bitches, I'm gonna show you how this shit go. Because I just wanna keep it like for the real guys who really do this, like you guys really did it, you know? And so I'm still trying to keep that alive, you know, keep the sport alive, where all these guys are so soft these days. They're winning matches, you know? It's not even a fight anymore. It's a fucking match, you know? Like, I remember when you came in and fought George, you were like, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to fucking knock his head off, you know? You went out there and you just took it to him. Like, that's the type of shit that we live for, guys that do shit like that, you know? You took your opportunity, took it in the hand and snatched it, you know?
I've seen guys with the opportunity and his fights that stick out into just like good fights stick out in your brain, so do the shit ones. I remember Jeff Munson versus Tim Sylvia, and I was watching that fight, and it was a long striker versus a short, stocky grappler.
That fight sucked. Yeah.
Oh my God, did it suck? He was shooting it. He made it through 5 rounds, and he would shoot in. He played it super safe, Munson. And Tim Sylvia is just a pork. And I remember watching that going, dude, I would rather just get taken out in just trying to take him out and go out with a fucking shield than that, you know?
True warrior shit. I'd rather go out on my shield than it'd be a boring, lazy fight. And some of these guys are okay with that. They're okay with just getting by. I'm not. I'm here to fight. And
I think that's why you resonate with the fans so well, is that attitude, because you're willing to do that. And that's the common denominator that I think the rest and everybody is, that they want fighters to just go out like that. And I think that's great, man. I mean, you're going to be around for a long time, as long as you want to be.
Yeah, that's the question, is how long? You know, I feel like I got 42 fights, sir. You know, how much longer do I want to do this shit? You know, like, fighting picked me. I didn't pick this. It was my second job. I was in a warehouse 6 days a week, and then I would go to Mexico and fight in Mexico and come back, you know, make $800 and put it away. This shit picked me. I don't know how long I'm gonna do this shit.
What's great about you, and what's different between you and say like a Justin Gaethje, and I love Gaethje.
I love him too.
You're definitely leaving the sport with your brains. Not that he's not. I think he's still good. I mean, he still has it now, but God knows he takes some fucking shots. And God bless him, he can still take them until you can't take them. But I don't see anybody except for in boxing, maybe Floyd Mayweather, but in MMA, no one's who's doing the shoulder. D. Thomas, who's doing the shoulder rolls like him? Who the fuck is doing that?
I don't know, man. It's impressive to watch because like you somehow can do that and avoid kicks, avoid takedowns, like you avoid everything. It's like they say, all right, no, you can't shoulder roll, you can't have head movement because it kicks, but you disprove all that.
Yeah, I broke all the rules. You guys were trying to put these rules in. You can't put your hands down. You can't shoulder roll. You can't. No, I break all the rules and I made my own style. This is me, and I'm unique at it. You know, nobody can do this. I'm one of a kind. You know, so it's hard to prepare for me too. Is because you don't find anybody else that breaks all the rules. They say don't go into power hand, but I'll go into power hand. I just know how to challenge that hand.
It's very interesting in this fight because getting takedowns, like you said, is exhausting. If you get a guy down, you hold him down, great. But if you get a failed takedown and a guy gets back up, and that happens more than once, that is a fucking exhausting. So his whole thing, he's not even saying, all right, well, I can beat him anywhere. And I believe Javier Mendez, his trainer, who I hold in high regard, he was saying we could pick our poison with Bobby. I don't know about that. Islam's basically saying, with my wrestling, I should take him out in the first round. That's what Islam's saying.
Yeah.
What happens when that doesn't happen? You know what I'm saying? Or if it doesn't happen. I mean, it's up, Bobby takes that away from him. Is he prepared for plan B? Because nobody ever made him use plan B. It's not that he can't strike, he can. But I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's the same thing that happened with Jacob Volkman, is that he just thought he's going to go in there and tool me at the wrestling. I just have to wrestle with an Olympic wrestler. And he's like, that's very interesting what you do. Like, they don't think I know how to wrestle, you know? I just put it in my back pocket. It's not that entertaining. So I think Hobby was bullshitting, you know? I think he's playing the bullshit, you know? But if you look at the Dagestan wrestlers, they're honest. Those Russians are honest. They tell you straight up what they're gonna do, just how they're gonna do it. You know, they don't really lie. And so I think he's telling his honest truth. He's gonna go in, shoot, and try to take me out in the first round.
Oh, 100%. Oh no, I don't think Javi might be playing the game, which a smart coach should, but Islam is 100%. I'm not saying he's overlooking you, but you could say he's just extremely confident. But that makes that for us, the guys that are in the know, it's fucking super exciting, man. Like what happens? He doesn't get you down. Or if he gets you down, you get back up. What the fuck? Dean Thomas, this is what everybody's going to tune in for.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And the best part about this fight is it's 5 rounds. So we get to watch 5 rounds of Bobby Green doing his shit. Shoulder rolling, stunting on that's going to be entertaining. That's what I like. We get 5 rounds of that.
You know, what's the interesting part is that it's just like, be honest, I'm kind of getting thrown in here, you know? We're going to be honest, you know? Like, I would like a little more time for preparation, you know? I'd like a little bit more for a 5-rounder. You know, I just did a 3, not a 5, you know? And so it's really, all the chicks are stacked against me in a way. And then other people look at it like, well, you got nothing to lose. Like, I don't have a reputation, or people aren't going to say anything. Like, at the end of the day, it still goes L's and W's, you know? And that's all they see. You kicked your ass. And so it is what it is. I'm going to show the best me I could possibly show.
That's all you could do. And you always do show up. You're made for this stuff. Hey, Bobby, unrelated to MMA, we talked enough MMA right now. What do you like to do to unwind? Like, what? I'm not talking about smoking reefer or nothing. I'm not trying to, lose you any sponsors or gain you any right now. I'm just saying, video games, reading books, watching movies, riding. We just talking to Misha. He likes riding bikes in the fucking canyons in fucking Vegas. What do you like to do? Don't mind. You said you got a girl now.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Besides training, do you do improv like Dean Thomas?
I saw a little bit of that. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. He tried. Dean Thomas, that's if I'm gonna answer your question, I don't know how to put this, brother, but I'm kind of like a workaholic. Like, I'm always busy with some type of something to make money. That's what I focus on, is because why? I've been broke all my life. And so I just like last year I was working in a warehouse still, and so I'll go back to work. I was an electrician. Just always working. I just graduated from electrician school and I started doing electrician work.
Did you really? That's wild.
I do taxes. I do everything that's gonna turn to make money. I don't know when this career will end, especially when I wasn't getting anybody behind me, and I just started feeling like they're never gonna get it. People think I'm cocky, think I'm arrogant. They're never gonna get it, And so I kind of like, I better start making some other plans for other things that I'm going to do, instead of that. But like you said, I don't do much, brother. I just work, take care of my family. I'm a lover. So my purpose is to make one woman find happiness, which is very hard to do with a woman, but give her as much as happiness as I possibly can,
Nah, that's great, man. Nah, hey, listen, man. Hey, listen. Sometimes, especially if you come from not a lot of money, and I remember like myself, like I'd always be afraid I'd be back in like that security guard booth. I'm like, that clip-on tie. I'd wake up and I'd go running. I'd fucking, you know what I mean? So it's good. It's good to have some shitty jobs when you're younger and have some hard times because it's like motivation. It's just, I don't want to, like, I would always joke around with Longo. I'm like, dude, I'm not going back to that booth. I was in a security guard fucking booth.
Yeah. I've been there, but I work security. I got my guard card.
Oh, you did that too? I hate it.
Yes, sir. And so listen, I got 3 kids. 1 black, 1 white, 1 Mexican. And so there are 3 different places. And that's what I really like most of my time is being a dad. I gotta love this one over here, then go love this one over here, and then love that one over there. But you're not doing enough for this one. And then this one's mad about this. So I gotta go over here. Like I'm always busy with dad stuff too. If I'm not doing dad stuff or I'm not doing work stuff, or I'm not doing love stuff, that's it. I don't really have much time for fun. Like I don't play video games. Video games for me are for kids,
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Actually, I'm not with you on that. I'm sorry. But I'm with you on everything else but that. But I am a big kid, so you might be right with that. I'm not going to lie, Bobby Green. I like VR. But
the VR has been pretty dope. I played it once. But I haven't really I haven't had no time to sit down, brother. Like I haven't seen my kids in 5 weeks. Okay. When I go to camp, I haven't been there in 5 weeks. And then I'm supposed to see him this weekend coming, and I get the call. Hey, you got another fight. And I'm going, I'm sorry, son. I was supposed to make your basketball game. He has his basketball championships. He's in the finals, and I can't make it. And so it's just like, it's a bit of everything, brother.
Nah, I hear you, man. That's great that you're doing that dad stuff. You know what I mean? Because the fact that it is bothering you that you can't make the basketball game that's big in itself. Because other guys wouldn't even give a shit. I'm just saying. I mean, that's big.
Is that motivation for you though, in terms of, being successful because of what you have to sacrifice in order to do this?
Is it motivation? I don't know about motivation. I think I'm just, every man's supposed to work. It's just how I tell my sons, like my youngest is dealing with well, you're always gone. Where's daddy type of thing. I'm like, listen, every man has to work, son. This is what we do. We get up every day and we work. Your grandfather did it. Your daddy did it. This is what we do. We get up and we work. And you're not going to see me as much. That's why work comes first and making sure that I can provide for you. And your mom's there to nurture you and give you all the lovey. But I'm here to make sure that you have everything you need. So I guess that's the motivation.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's instilling the right values. That's good, man. You got them training at all when you with them? With your kids? You get to doing any training?
Yeah. My son just kind of messes around. He's more into basketball. But I think my daughter's going to be the next Ronda Rousey. She's great. Got it.
How old is she?
She's 7.
Okay. Yeah, I have an 8-year-old. 8, 10.
Got some time. Yeah, she got time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cute having them training. I got all my 3 girls training jiu-jitsu and kickboxing. It's a necessity with the evil.
There we go. I was just about to say the same thing, especially for a woman, especially for a woman. That's the way she can protect herself from a man, just through jiu-jitsu. You can't try to teach him how to punch and you're going to knock a guy out. He's too big. He's physically stronger than you. But jiu-jitsu changes those tables a little bit, if you can use your leverage.
True. They get to a back. They could strangle somebody. They could break an arm.
Yeah.
Guy pervert wants them in the guard. That's where they'll become dangerous and reverse and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we said, it's a necessity. Well, hey man, listen, the fights this weekend versus Islam Makhachev, it's gonna be amazing. Main event, man. I mean, this is exciting, Bobby. Listen, we can't wait to watch. We're going to have you back on soon, bro. All right? Congrats on all your success lately.
Yeah, man. You lay low, man. Be good.
I appreciate you. Dean, thank you so much for supporting me, man. You really motivated me a lot. Hearing somebody, you were the first person to get behind me, okay? Even the commentators were like, been saying things about me, like, why does he do this? And he shouldn't do that. You were the first person, Dean, I heard go, hey, his guy's doing this, and it's working, you know? You're the first person, so thank you.
I respect your shit, man. I respect it.
Fuck yeah. All right, Bobby Green, all our best this weekend, bro.
All right, guys.
I mean, listen, how do you not like that guy?
I know.
You know, this is a huge opportunity for him. And Islam is the fucking truth. Islam's no joke. You know what I mean? Islam deserves to be in the spot he's at.
Oh yeah, 100%. But you can't overlook a guy who punches as accurately as Bobby Green.
For the people that don't know, it's a UFC fight night. Makhachev versus Green. It's this Saturday night. 4 o'clock is the prelims on ESPN, on Eastern Time. ESPN Plus, I should say. And the main card starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, ESPN Plus. I felt that coming.
Ugh, you're disgusting.
I'm a nasty motherfucker. Dean Thomas. What else? What do you... Listen, so anyway, go watch that footage of John Jones of him headbutting a police car. And
hold on, wait a minute. When did this come out?
It came out like a few hours ago.
Oh, shit. Yeah, man, I gotta see this.
It's you know what it is, dude. It's actually sad. It made me just sad. It made me just the way because it's sad. It's a sad thing to see. You know, I had a Hall of Fame thing. He was coming from the Hall of Fame, and he's like crying and stuff, and he's telling them he hates. It's sad. It's not good. It's not good. It's a bad look. I'm sure even DC would look at that and be like, oh man, you'd want to hug him. I see that. I want to hug him. I want to help him. I don't look at that and say, how dare you? I look at that and go, oh man, this guy needs some help. I was at I did my Hall of Fame. I couldn't think of doing nothing, but afterwards I had my family and friends there, and family came in, you have some dinner with them afterwards. I mean, this is a family. I don't know what's going on with the guy. I just wish I wish him the best. I did not seeing that footage. It was very depressing.
Yeah, I gotta check that out, man. Even though like I don't want to be depressed, but I do. I guess it's I gotta watch it.
Hinata Moicano. It means no worry. Listen to me. What else? Hinata Moicano is adding in the wrestling. That's what the fuck. We had him on here. And his jiu-jitsu's always been fucking amazing. His striking's always been on point. But now he's getting the wrestling over at American Top Team. And that's a fucking, and now I can't wait to see. I don't know why his name just popped into my head. Because I like to sing it.
He's always been a good fighter. I think that, some of his losses may have just come from like mental issues. You know, when he fought like Jose Aldo, I think he was just like so in awe to be fighting that guy, and it just didn't work out. But man, like watching him in the gym, man, he give everybody hell. And I just saw him a few months ago at the grappling tournament. He destroyed Chase Hooper.
Wait, he what?
He had a grappling match against Chase Hooper.
Who did?
Hinata Moicano.
And he destroyed him?
Pretty much, yeah. Destroyed him. I was like, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it.
Is Chase Hooper still in the UFC?
Yeah.
He is? He's a nice kid.
Yeah.
All right, D. Thomas, what do you got coming up, buddy?
Man.
Come on, plug some shit, man. I appreciate you stepping up, man. Look how fun this was.
Yeah, of course it was fun. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm working the Covington Miles Without fight, and then I'm working in Jillian Robertson just got a fight. So yeah, she's gonna be fighting JJ Aldrich.
Oh, what? Ooh, interesting. When is that?
On the 12th.
12th of what?
Of March.
Oh, that's coming up.
So that's like 2 weeks away. So yeah, so I'm doing that, and then I'm going to London for the fight. So I'm busy, man. I'm working.
Going to fucking London?
I'm going to London.
Can I be your +1? Do they need somebody over there? Why don't we do a looking for a fight, London?
We tried. Hey, Rory tried to make that happen. It didn't work out.
I know, man. He was pulling off all the stops. He's like, come on, Dana, I'll suck your dick. I go, Rory. He didn't really say that. Hey, you take it too far. Listen, D Thomas, I have so much fun with you.
Me too, man.
Hey, man, I'll be catching up with you soon. Me and you, we're both on Cameo. I'd like people to know that because people they like when we sing them happy birthday, you know?
Yeah.
Because sometimes we like to sing. I mean, sometimes we'll just be sitting here and all of a sudden I'll just go, Ebony
and
Ivory together
we're perfect harmony.
Side by side on the keyboard. Oh, what?
I forgot that one part. I forgot what it is. Side by side on the keyboard.
Oh, Lord, why don't we? On that note, thank you for listening to UFC Unfiltered. Dean, I'll catch up with you soon.
All right, my man. Peace out.
Goodbye, everybody. Everybody, forget about the last 30 seconds of the show. Bye.
Bye.